So let's go ahead and get into this whole lawsuit that Chris Brown is going after Warner Brothers for putting out this documentary called Chris Brown, A History of Violence. Now, this trailer was released 3 months ago, and you see the like to dislike ratio is 823 to 385, but I can imagine it's only going to go up from here. But the lawsuit reads that Chris Brown is suing Warner Brothers for $500 million. Now, the lawsuit claims that Warner Brothers was notified of these false allegations that was discredited in court and ruled as baseless. They decided to release a documentary a few days before Halloween on October 27th, and they really didn't have any regard for, what Chris Brown could be thinking about this. Basically, they did this all for one big old cash grab. And in the lawsuit, they do name the Jane Doe that was sort of teased or hinted at, but she was kind of faceless and they distorted her voice. But they revealed her name to be none other than Deja Chantel Frank, which this paperwork does claim that her allegations was discredited many years ago, which ironically enough, Miss Frank had her own history of domestic violence, which is noted that anything that Miss Frank and Chris Brown did was absolutely consensual. She was actively pursuing Chris Brown, leaving voice messages, text messages, and I don't know if this was the same thing that happened, I want to say like a year or two ago, where Chris Brown was on IG and he took a screen recording of a bunch of texts and voice messages that some random woman left him that was claiming at the time that he did something to her. I don't know if this is the same woman or a different one. Now, according to Chris Brown's attorney, Levi McCatherine, quote, "This case is about protecting the truth. Despite being provided with evidence disproving their claims, the producers of this documentary intentionally promoted false and defamatory information, knowingly disregarding their ethical obligations as journalists. Their actions undermine not only Mr. Brown's decade-long efforts to rebuild his image, but also the credibility of the survivors of violence." It's noted that some of the $500 million will be donated to survivors of sexual abuse. Months ago, people was thinking, if you're going to do this, then that means you did your research, you did your due diligence, and you ought to know what you're talking about because you're a major publication, you're a major distributor of information and documentaries, so on and so forth. And now people are going to be stirring up questions about what they see anytime they turn on Investigation Discovery. Is it the truth or is it distorted lies? So this kind of does tarnish their brand, not only them, but Warner Brothers as a whole. And the fact that y'all were informed ahead of time that the person alleging these things was proven false ages ago and y'all still ran with it, that it really happened, is kind of crazy. It took so long for Chris Brown to repair his image, all for Warner Brothers to come in and try to just tarnish all of that for no reason at all other than monetary gain. The fact that some people out there still look at Chris as a woman beater and they still bring up the stuff that happened to Rihanna all them years ago. Look, some of y'all was in high school when that happened. Some of y'all was 5 years old. Y'all really need to let that go, okay? Let it go. It happened all them years ago. There's no point to bringing it up again and again. Chris Brown, he paid his dues, okay? He's not on that type of time no more. If he was on that type of time, then why is it that there's always women willing to take a pic with Chris Brown and pay $1,500 to do so? Explain that one. But all in all, this is something that really shines a bad light on the company, Warner Brothers Investigation Discovery. And I'm not gonna lie, it makes everybody look at y'all completely different now. But with that being said, y'all let me know what you think about this in the comments below. Till next time, I'll see y'all in the next video. Peace.